Hey, welcome back to the channel. I just got done watching the second episode of season two from. Um, Man, I always catch myself singing that song. Que sera, sera, whatever will be. The future is. I be singing that intro right along with them when that thing comes on. I mean, I like that. I like the way the guy sings that. I know it's been sung many different ways, but anyway, I always catch myself singing that when I sit there and I watch that. I was like, man, I just have a big smile on my face because I don't get to watch that much TV, and a lot of times there ain't nothing on. There's a lot of stuff on, but there's so much they throw at you anymore. You have to sift through it because y'all know there's a lot of stuff I don't get into. But I'll read the plot synopsis and we'll go from there. It says it's season two, episode 202, which I don't know why they call it 202. But anyway, this one's 46 minutes long, and it's a tense night at the diner is the as the residents and the newcomers wait for sunrise. Fear permeates the wreckage beneath the Matthews house, which is the Matthews, the main family that first came into the series, as Jim and Tom struggle to keep the panicked passengers quiet. I started watching this, man. You know, I like when I watch something, I'm constantly surprised each time I watch it because, you know, I know you guys, I was watching The Last of Us because I love that game, but I think this is way better than The Last of Us HBO series. Now that might be, you know, a debate because as much as I like The Last of Us on HBO, I still say From is just who's ever writing this is just killing it, man, killing it. You know what I mean? So anyway, Sheriff Boyd, man, I'm just gonna give you guys all the notes on it. Sheriff Boyd is talking that hanging guy, and the guy's named Martin. And then the new people, they introduce like the new people just. I told you guys last week there was going to be some people that got killed. Uh, and then Victor and Tabitha finally got out. And Tabitha is the Matthews family. And he finally got out. And then Victor took her to this semi truck trailer that he had parked out there that he used. But when they got inside, Boyd was trying to save that guy, but he there was a music box that was playing. He told him, man, so when that box stops playing, man, they're gonna be coming. And then somehow he almost got him loose, but he started going crazy on him, like he got strong all of a sudden, and he cut him, and he goes, "My blood is your blood," because when Sheriff Boyd was trying to get him loose, there was these worms crawling up under his skin. But at the end of the series, Sheriff Boyd was, he when he sit there and the guy died all of a sudden, and then Sheriff Boyd decided to get out of that place he was at. But when he came out, when he looked around, the place was no longer there. It was like it was destroyed or something, and he was just like looking around. So then, he was getting dizzy, and he kind of sat down. And this German Shepherd come out of nowhere, and German Shepherd walked up on him, and he went like this, and German Shepherd went running this way. So I said, man, you have to follow that dog. And that's what he did. He followed that dog. Then, he ended up, obviously he ended up, the dog saved his life and took him to that trailer where Victor and Tabitha was. And then the part that gets me, though, was Victor and Tabitha was in there talking, and what's Victor's story? Because Victor said something about his mom. You know what I mean? So then the two girls, they reunited. They did a good job with them two girls too, because they didn't go overboard with them. But she was trying to convince her. She goes, her girlfriend's mad at her because she said you're only 2 hours away, because apparently where they're at is only 2 hours away from where they was at. And she was trying to tell her girlfriend, she goes, hey, it ain't what you seem. She goes, I'm trying to. So she was trying to convince her. So they're both upset. And then it switched to another scene where she walks by the young sheriff guy, and young sheriff's like, hey, can I make you some tea? And she just looked at him and just went in the other diner and sat down with the other people. And then the girl that she comes out a little after, and then they had an awkward moment. That was kind of funny watching them too, because he knew that was his girlfriend, and then she was like, yeah, it's they did a good job in that scene too. I like that part. I just wrote down my notes, and then What else? Now Julie is wanting to save her dad in that collapsed house. Man, you know what freaked me out about that though is that the bartender guy died because he was trying to get this other guy that was trapped in the house to shut his mouth. And he was dying, and they was trying to keep him from yelling and screaming because they was trapped in the house at night. And so the bartender guy was telling him, "Say, hey, man, he was, he was convulsing, he was bleeding out the mouth, and all of a sudden, you know, the main mafia guy, which is the dad, Julie's dad and Tabitha's husband, he told bartender guy, said, what happened? He goes, I think he died. And then one of those things got down there and killed him. I was like, wow, they killed him in the second episode, man. So they but I was like, they killed him, but they didn't. So they killed him, but they didn't kill the dad. So anyway, that part is just I was like, dang man, they killed the bartender guy. And there was this because see what happened was a lot of people ended up taking off and running when that woman shot that, when she shot that big husky chick that runs that house, shot that tires out. But then later on, they all started running all over the place trying to find a place, and then Sheriff Boyd's son and his girlfriend, they were trying to save people, and he was trying to keep her from coming. She was like mad because she was wanting to go out there and save the people, and then she was so mad and the smiles on those people's faces, man, the smiles on those people's faces are so creepy, man. There was some tense moments in this though, man, because there was, the way that they were screaming, and you can hear people, and so people in the diner. And then there's this young cocky dude. He decided to take matters in his own hands, and he grabbed the young sheriff's gun and had the gun up to his head. So he was like, y'all gonna let me out of here? He goes, cause I'm gonna put a gun, I'm gonna blow it. He's gonna blow that sheriff's brains out. That big husky chick though, you know what she told him? Cause she had double barrel shotgun on him, and then there was this dude that had a shotgun on him too. He said, so you're going to let me out or I'm going to pull a bullet in his brain. And she said, okay. She said, when you put that bullet in his brain, I'm going to blow you away with this thing. So you make a choice. And he was like looking at him because she's like, there's no way in hell I'm going to let you go out that door. And you're going to open that door. So that guy was like, and then there was a scream. And then the young sheriff did this move and got loose, and then that husky chick hit him with the butt end of that thing. That was a good scene. That was a good tense scene. Seriously, that was a good tense scene. So, anyway, that house though, man, the house that collapsed, that house had them pinned a certain way that kind of freaked me out because every time they moved, the house seemed like it was trying to keep them pinned down. But you guys overall, but I was just kind of. I was kind of disappointed that the sheriff dude that the young bartender he died. They didn't, but they wouldn't, but there was some parts in there where there was an old couple on the bus, and that one guy I feel like he's the main dude. He was on the bus and he was filling the seats and he was pushing buttons and he heard a noise. And so he looked behind and he started walking slowly, and there was this older couple in the back that peeked up and looked at him and says, oh, thank God. He goes, oh, you picked the wrong time. And they looked at him, and man, his face turned right when he was getting ready to kill him. And he had the face of those people that was down under the tunnel when Victor and Julie was trying to get out. So, yeah, you guys, I'm telling you, man, I'm loving this series. I really am. I just, yeah, when it's over, I just like, man, this is over. I gotta wait a whole week, but I'm kind of glad that they're doing that because I don't want to binge watch the whole thing. But I got till next week. But I'll be honest with you, man. As much as I like Last of Us, due to the fact that I like Last of Us video game, I love that game. That game's just phenomenal. So when Last of Us said they was gonna come out with, Last of Us HBO series, I knew it was going to be a top-notch series, and it was, except for episode 3. Episode 3 was just god-awful bad. Other than that was a good series, but I think From is a lot better. And there's just so many little things that they're doing in this thing to just keep you intrigued. So, they're doing a really, really good job with this. I'm telling you, like I said, man, there was some moments in there that just like, and you know what? What's Victor's story? I like to know what's Victor's story because he did say something about his mom. And how old is everybody that's stuck in that area? And what was up about Martin being stuck like that? Because when Boyd came out at Martin asked him to shoot him, and he didn't shoot him. He was trying to get him out of there. The guy's named Martin. He found out that Martin was in the U.S. He was a U.S. military guy. So him and Boyd had something problem. But when Martin kind of freaked out when that song almost went out, and he got strong all of a sudden and sliced him with that thing that Boyd was trying to get him out, and he cut him, and his blood mixed his blood. Then he died. But they all looked like they were like slightly crucified people that was hanging on chains, man, and Boyd kept looking around. There was all kinds of dried up bodies that was in the same position he was. But like I said, man, I tell you what, man, that's some good writing in this. Some damn good writing. I ain't kidding you. I ain't gonna lie, you guys. I really love this. But there was a young couple, man, that there's a scene where everybody was running away because they couldn't get everybody in the diner, and there was a couple they introduced that they went into this bar and she's like, "Ooh, we found a good place," and she smelled it was liquor and stuff. Then it kept flipping. They did a good job flipping back from scene to scene. They did a really good job tying everything together. But then it went back to them two. And there was a knock on the door, and those people's like, "Oh, let us in. We're on that bus." And so she said, "Don't answer the door." But he goes ahead and answers the door anyway. Then when he goes to answer the door and let them in, instead of looking out, he let them in. But then it flipped to another scene. So next week, I'm going to see if they died. I don't know if they did or not. I don't know if there was people on the bus for real that was trying to get in there, because there was people on the bus that was running around because they was thinking that the people that was in that town was crazy for shooting out the butt. You know what I mean? So, they were still running around, but there was people running around. They was getting taken out by these so-called, whatever these people are. Can't call them vampires. I don't know what they are, but they almost like vampires because they don't come out at night. But anyway, sum this up because I'm going on 12 minutes. The sunlight finally came up, and then, but that girl, that's that couple, that girl that is the girlfriend's girlfriend, that was the night that they heard all them screams, so something's up, because you hear all those people screaming. And then that one black lady, she actually stayed in the diner. When she came out, she still trying to figure out what's going on. She got on that bus, and she walked on that bus, and she seen all them two bodies just ripped apart like that. She backed up, and she kind of freaked out. And then at the end of the thing, it showed that one. What's up with that young black kid, man? Because there's something about him too, man. Because when he come running out of nowhere, there was part where he come running out of nowhere, and then Boyd was like, "Who are you?" Because Boyd didn't know that there was a bus pulled up, and then they seen all these people walk behind him. They kept telling him to come on and come on. Then Boyd had the gun on him. But there's something about that young man too. So anyway, you guys, that's all I got. God bless. Take care. I just wanted to drop my thoughts on it. So we'll catch you next video. We'll see you.